Hi guys, it's Formula Bob here and welcome to the next episode of the Bobcast. This is your wacky news. We're into week 3. A bit of a struggle to find any wacky news this week, but I have managed to find some. So we've got some extra large crafting. We've got a problem with some rodents. We've got a disruptive OAP, and we've got swearing on the BBC. So tune in, check out, and hit that like button as we go through this week's Wacky News. So here's what we're opening with this week, guys. Meet Mr. Big Stuff. This is 61-year-old Steve Wainwright, and he's a handyman of epic proportions. Steve has built a range of everyday items which have been scaled up, such as this 3-pin plug, along with a 13-amp fuse, a clothes peg, measuring tape, and a good old door key. He took inspiration while he was locked away in COVID and he was doing a DIY project. And he was looking at his tape measure and he thought, why can't I make this 10 times bigger? So he made that along with some numerous other items. He's gone on to make a giant pencil sharpeners, and his wife gave him a challenge of making some giant lipstick, which he also managed to do as well. So there he is, Mr. Steve Wainwright. Let's just check out his clothes peg there, look how big that is. We've got his measuring tape, and then we've also got his giant door key. So there we go, with his tape measures and a key too big to open the door. So there he is, guys, Steve Wainwright. Meet Mr. Big Stuff. There he is with his 13-amp plug. Right, next job on the Wacky News is a story about some rats. Right, story 2, guys, here we go, is a story about a ratatouille. So ravenous rats are making a couple's life a misery. Andy Roberts and Rosie Glazard from somewhere in Worcestershire have been invaded by rodents. They were terrified to see one day there was a rat doing breaststroke inside their toilet bowl. That wasn't very good, was it? Right, Mrs. Glazard has also reportedly not been able to sleep, with both of them receiving bites on their toes, which we can zoom in on his Mr. Glazard's toe there. Sorry, Mr. Roberts' toe. That's where he was bitten, on his big honkin' tonkin' toe. And they've even been bit on the bottom. So they've had trouble with some pesky rats there. They're looking to move. Yeah, nothing yet on that front. But there we've got a couple bits on the bum and toes by rats. So there he is. He's not happy. Would you be happy? Would you live with rats? Have you ever been bitten by a rat? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. A lot of my videos do get watched, but not by subscribers. Please, I implore you to subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 150 subs now. That's the challenge for the end of the year. Hope you can join me on this journey. Right, next up, guys, is a story about a mystery OAP. Right, guys, story number 3 is all about a female pensioner, aged 73, has been arrested by police in Bath. It is alleged, now we have to make sure that we use the word alleged because it's not been, it's a criminal investigation. It's not been proven yet. But it has been alleged that the lady was seen carrying a bag and was acting suspiciously around the town centre. Later, residents were reportedly complaining of breathing difficulties and falling ill, and an ambulance was called and one person was even taken to hospital. So this OAP has been detained on suspicion of administering a toxic substance, and the investigation continues. You'd think you'd trust a little old granny, wouldn't you? But no, they're up to no good. That picture there is the centre of Bath, which has been sealed off. You can see a little ambulance worker down the bottom as well, look. So, you know, can never be too careful these days, can you? Right, our final bit of wacky news is some sports news, but from the BBC involving some swearing. Check this one out. So finally, here we are on Wacky News, and a bit of a slip up from Olympic presenter Claire Balding. The headline reads, "You potty mouth, Claire! Viewers shock at Balding's X-rated slip up." Right, this story was aired on the BBC and regarding the Olympics, and she was presenting the swimming coverage, but she was updating like what went on throughout the rest of the day. And the event in question was some mountain biking, where one of our cyclists got a bronze medal. So she was referring to bronze medalist Tom Pidcock, but she called him Tom Bigcock. But she seemed to carry on regardless and not noticing her error, or she was just very professional. To continue. But it was reported a few years ago that in the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 that she was covering the swimming event there in the 4x200 meters race. So you go 200 meters 4 times, so you go up, down, basically. And the swimmer in question was Matt Richards that time. And when she was presenting that coverage, she said she was incredibly impressed by his third leg, which everybody sort of started giggling about. But yeah, so that's Claire Balding there with a little bit of a swearing slip up. So yeah, that's all the wacky news for this week, guys. I couldn't find much else. If you've got any wacky news you want me to cover, please leave me a message. I am on X or Instagram, so you can leave me a message on one of those two platforms. Also, don't forget to like the video, guys, and subscribe if you're new. More wacky news coming next week, hopefully. Goodbye!